All right, so nightly news this morning. If you're new, not familiar with the show, we go through the ground news agitator, try to get a little bit of an unbiased look at the news, see what's going on, look at some headlines, and yeah. So we're gonna go ahead and get going here. Gonna get the show going. Yeah. So first story this morning has to do with a topic that we cover regularly on the show, which is artificial intelligence. But maybe a little bit more positive use, I guess you could say, for artificial intelligence. So AI analysis reveals many Dead Sea Scrolls are centuries older than believed. And I've refreshed my agitator this morning because I pull everything up the night before just to get my stories ready and everything. But then I want to refresh it to see who else is reporting on this, what new news we may have. So we've got a 28% left, 20% right, 52% center-leaning distribution. So it's not too much of a blind spot issue. We do have 75% high factuality or higher. And the article that I have pulled up here is from thebrief.org. So we'll come over to the agitator and see what it says about the brief or the debrief. Is it the debrief or the brief? It is a debrief. Sorry, excuse me. So it says it's high factuality with center-leaning coverage. So we'll go over here and we will get into the article. All right. A new AI model has revolutionized the dating of the Dead Sea Scrolls, revealing they may be older than previously thought, and aligning some fragments with their presumed time of authorship. While the Dead Sea Scrolls are immensely important documents to historical and biblical studies, the dating of the individual scrolls has remained elusive until international researchers developed Enoch, a new dating prediction AI model which has helped change our understanding of the material's age. I'm skeptical. Traditionally, I need to quit saying all the time. Traditionally, Jewish and Christian documents have been dated between the 3rd century BCE and the 2nd century CE. However, new research suggests that some may be significantly older, possibly even reaching back to the time of their presumed authorship. Enoch uses artificial intelligence to combine paleologic analysis with radiocarbon dating, producing the most precise age estimates to date the scrolls. Paleography, the study of ancient handwriting, has been the primary tool for dating manuscripts. However, it's an imprecise method lacking empirical evidence to support its assumptions. Only a few Aramaic and Hebrew documents from the 4th and 5th centuries BCE bear dated inscriptions. Likewise, a handful of dated documents from the late 1st and 2nd century CE exist, but the large temporal gap between them has limited the ability to compare handwriting styles across the periods. Training Enoch. That limitation is now being addressed through digital tools developed by the hands that wrote the Bible, a project funded by the European Research Council. So it sounds like right there we have some bias in who's creating this AI. So that's always something to look for. The project trained a machine learning model using Bayesian ridge regression and radiocarbon dated samples from 24 Dead Sea Scroll fragments, helping fill the gap in known writings from the 4th century BCE to the 2nd century CE. Using this data, researchers trained Enoch, their predictive model, which evolved from a prior neural network system called BiNet. BiNet had already been designed to detect patterns in handwriting ink traces. Enoch takes us further by replacing the human interpretation of the letter forms with mathematical and geometric analysis of curves and shapes at the micro level. Cross-validation tests confirm Enoch's accuracy, dating manuscripts within the 30-year margin of error, an improvement even over radiocarbon dating alone. So where we can test it, it seems like it's doing okay. But again, I don't know. I guess maybe because of all the stuff I've read about AI, I'm skeptical. I don't know. Dating the Dead Sea Scrolls. With the model complete, researchers have been applying it to nearly 1,000 documents that make up the Dead Sea Scrolls. Human paleographers reviewed Enoch's first 135 predictions to validate the AI's output. Due to the inherent subjectivity of traditional paleographic dating, Enoch's results offer a valuable comparative tool, sometimes referencing prior assumptions and promoting reconsideration. This marks the first time a machine learning model has successfully generated probabilistic dating predictions directly from raw manuscript images. Enoch's early results offered some surprises. Several scrolls were dated earlier than previously believed. Most notably, the model suggested that the Hasmonean and Herodian scripts styles may have coexisted as early as the late 2nd century BCE, contradicting the long-held belief that these styles had emerged in the mid-1st century BCE. Impact of Dead Sea Scroll dating. Shifting the dating of the Dead Sea Scrolls affects not only the interpretation of their content, but also alters history's view of literacy, urbanization, and religious development in the ancient Judea. These changes rippled outward, influencing how scholars understand the political and intellectual histories of Hellenistic and Roman Eastern Mediterranean. One of the most remarkable breakthroughs involves identifying the first physical fragments of biblical texts created during the time of their presumed authorship. The pieces for Daniel C. and blah, blah, blah were dated to 160s BCE, aligning with the scholarly estimates for when the book of Daniel was composed. Similarly, fragments of Ecclesiastes date to the 2nd and 3rd century BCE, supporting the modern theories of scholastic authorship rather than traditional attribute to King Solomon in the 10th century BCE. With these compelling results, Enoch is bringing scholars closer to some of the oldest and most profound questions in religious history while expanding our toolkit to analyze ancient texts using modern technological innovations. The paper is dating ancient manuscripts using radiocarbon and AI-based writing style analysis appeared on June 4th, 2025 in PLOS 1. So that's the story about how we're given everything up to AI. We're just letting AI do everything. No, this is good. This is a good use for AI as long as we can trust it. And that's really like my biggest thing is we've gotten to a point where we don't necessarily understand how AI is training itself, how the code is being written, how these things are coming to be. So we're putting it more and more in control. And the more that we do that, the more we just have to believe that it's doing the right thing. And everybody who is involved in this story seems to think that it is, so that's a good thing. But we'll continue to bring you the latest on AI news as it develops. So, hey, Cousin Matt here. Thanks for checking out that clip from Nightly News This Morning, a show I do live on this channel on Tuesdays and Fridays at 6:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you like the content, please drop the video a like. Feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And I really do appreciate your comments. I'm really looking forward to having a discussion. I'd love to know what you think about it, and we will see you in the next one.